Yo people, and we're back with another video, yeah? And today we're gonna be talking about Pep Guardiola new contract extension at Manchester City. People, it's happened. The GOAT is staying. But before we get into any of that, make sure you're liking the video and leaving a comment. We need to get those algorithms pumping this content out in the right direction. We need as many people viewing this video as possible. And make sure you're subscribing to the village, yeah? We need more Shinobi, yeah? There's a lot of missions that we need to undertake, yeah? And we can only successfully do these missions if more people are joining, yeah? So, don't be a fraud. Slap them buttons, and while you're there, another button you should slap. It looks like a bell. You slap that, you'll be notified whenever I go live or whenever I drop any content. So look, yeah, the news broke not too long ago, quite recently, yeah. And look, from Fabrizio Romano, Pep Guardiola has agreed to stay at Manchester City for one more season. Yeah? New contract to be valid until June 2026, as Sam Lee reports, with an option to extend until June 2027. As revealed in October, City was always confident to keep Pep, never spoke to other coaches. Cool. My first immediate reaction to this is, and I don't know if this is taking it to a weird place, but I think that this extension kind of proves, to a degree, that Man City are going to bust case. Like, these 115 charges, I think they're going to bust case. Or at least whatever the punishment is, it isn't going to be so massive, or I guess so detrimental to Manchester City's reputation or Pep's, that he leaves. Literally, that's just what it screams out. Like, I guess they've won. Man City's won. Because I don't think Pep extends to 2026 with an option for Manchester City to trigger to 2027 if they was in the hot water. I feel like Pep would be like, nah man, you man are tarnishing my reputation, I'm out. That's literally how I see it, to be fair. And then I start to think that, you know what? Manchester City have started off this season pretty rocky. Maybe it was because players in the camp were unsure. Is Pep going to stay? Is Pep going to leave? A lot of tension in the fan base. A lot of rivals piling on the pressure. But he's staying now, so all of that vanishes. And maybe we'll see something different from Manchester City going forward now. Obviously, there would have been kind of, I guess, doubts over new signings, because would players commit to joining Manchester City if they didn't know Pep was going to be there, or only going to be there for 6 months? He's now going to be there for at least a minimum 18 months, with the option to take it to 30 months. So Pep's going to be there long enough for any new player that decides to join to know that they're going to have a very, very, very good chance at securing some silverware. Because let's be real, he's the GOAT. He's the greatest manager of all time. I don't really care what anyone says, personally. Like, he's just destroyed all the leagues that he's been in. For me, it's not even close, innit? Personally, it's not even close. So I think this is definitely something that Manchester City fans can celebrate. They can all bust open the champagne tonight, pour themselves a drink, sit back, maybe have the cigar, smoke it up, and just rejoice. It's a joyous occasion for a Manchester City fan, and I think it shows that, the project that Pep's built at Manchester City, it's not going anywhere. Do you know what I mean? It's not going anywhere. And I imagine in this last season and a bit, potentially 2 seasons and a bit, he's gonna try his best to leave Manchester City in a state where whoever picks it up next can just carry on all the good work that he's done. He's gonna leave the club in a much better place than what he picked it up. So yeah, I just think it gets scarier from here, personally. Now, one thing that I want to touch upon, and now this is as an Arsenal fan, yeah. Now, one rhetoric that I've hated that a lot of fans in the Arsenal fan base have been spewing is, if Arteta doesn't win the league this season, it doesn't matter because next season Pep won't be here and then it's a free win. But that's not going to happen now, is it? It can't happen. He's here next season. So I always said it. Arteta needs to slay Pep while he's here this season. I mean, now he has more seasons to slay him, but he still needs to slay him this season. And I just wonder what those Arsenal fans that kind of always try and find, I guess, the silver lining or the excuse for Arteta if he's not successful this season in the league, what they'll say at the end of the season, because they can't run that rhetoric anymore. He's going to be here next season. So, what, as Arsenal fans now, do we have to wait another season or 2 seasons until Pep leaves to win the league? Not for me. I don't buy it. I really don't buy it. So, yeah, it's look, for me, I can't say I like this because I'm not a Man City fan. I don't really like what any other club does. But I do like the fact that the league is going to get more competitive now. Like, I did feel that if Pep did leave, it would get less competitive. But I feel like with him staying, um, the likes of, Ruben Amorim coming in, the ascendancy that Chelsea's going through right now under Maresca, the ascendancy that Liverpool's going through with Slot. The likes of, even though they're not doing so great right now, Aston Villa under Emery. Um, Even if you look at the likes of Newcastle, whether they're with or without Eddie Howe, they're going to find ways to build up and be stronger as seasons go on. And then obviously you got Ange at Tottenham, who, should they stick with him, it's, I guess, another year of his way of playing. And then going into next season, maybe they'll bolster the squad and become more dangerous. So I just think that the league is just gonna go up from here, you know. So as a fan of football, the neutral side of the league is gonna be very entertaining going forward, and you want to keep the best talent, whether it's players or managers within the league, right? That you're watching. So yeah, I mean, I guess on a closing note, am I guess annoyed or sad or angry or scared about any of this? No, not really. No, not really. I guess there was always a part of me that just thought that he wasn't gonna leave and he was gonna stay anyway. I never had my hopes up. I never kind of prefaced anything with the like, once Pep goes, Arsenal will grow. I never did any of that. So yeah, he's here to stay. Rivals, we're gonna have to find something else to beat Manchester City with now, because we can't beat them with the, oh, Pep's leaving stick, and we can't beat them with the 115 stick, because I think that's kind of done now, wrapped up. And yeah, let's see if Pep can turn this ship around, because they're sailing in the wrong direction now. So let's see what he does over the next coming weeks, coming months, and yeah, Pep's here to stay. Have a good day. Thanks for tuning in. Those are my initial thoughts. Maybe in the stream I do in the morning, I might talk about it a bit more. Talk with the village, see what everybody's saying. But as it stands right now, this is my thoughts, my feelings. Let me know what you think in the comments below. If you made it this far, you're a G. Make sure you're liking the video, subscribing to the village, and hit that bell. And I'll catch you next time. Peace.